Okay, so we're continuing with logarithms, but now we're going to use some log properties. And I put these on this slide. I know it's very small for you to see, but ultimately, these are the properties you need to be familiar with. And all of you who took Algebra 2 have worked with these in the past. You have the product rule, which basically says if you have two terms, I guess we'll go with, two terms in your argument here, you can expand it using addition, and you can always go the other way. So you can always take two logs with the same base connected by addition and combine them with multiplication. The quotient property is the same idea, but with subtraction and division. And then the power rule, I'll show you, allows you to move numbers from powers to the front and vice versa. So what I used to have my students do is say, all right, when I say addition, you say multiplication. Addition. Addition. All right, when I say multiplication, you say addition. Multiplication. Addition. Multiplication. Addition. All right, you should always be thinking that. Same thing with division and subtraction. Always. Okay? Let me show you how you use them. Yeah, read this one, Diana.
Okay. Log B.
Nope. Try again. Nope. Try again.
Log B.
Nope. Try again.
Log base. Log base B. 6x.
Nope.
6x divided by.
Try again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do it all again.
Log base B of 6x divided by 1.
Very good. That's right. Thank you, Don. So what I see when I look at that is I see 6x over y. I see three things: 6, x, and y. Now the 6 and the x are connected. How?
Because they're divided.
The 6 and the x are connected how? They're being multiplied. So when I say multiplication, very good. So I'm going to write log base b of 6 plus log base b of x.
But I thought it was log base and then parentheses 6x minus log base parentheses 1.
Okay, so you're saying you would do log base b of 6x minus log base b of y.
Yeah.
Excellent. And then you can break this up.
Oh.
I just go a different route. My brain sees 6x is multiplied, so I have addition. What's happening with the y? It's being divided, so when you say division, you think subtraction, and that's the answer.
So they all share the same base?
They all share the same base, Pablo. Very good. So it went from 1 log to 3 logs. Second one's right. She just put 6x first minus log y. She would expand 6x to be these two.
So that answer on top is addition.
Well, you would get the same answer if you kept. I stopped. Yeah, you would need to just do another step to finish, and it would be this step.
So do you want to completely expand?
Oh, yeah. If you stopped here, you would not be fully correct.
Oh.
This is not fully correct because 6x can be expanded. Pablo, sorry.
Shouldn't you put 3 in front of log?
3. Where there are no 3's up here.
I know, but in the same thing, you can't just put a 3 in front of log. You can separate 3 points.
Yeah. I think you'll see what we can do with numbers in front and exponents. Everybody good with expanding?
Yeah.
Now let's do condensing. Okay, no? Let me know when you're ready.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So when I look at this one, I see, all right, you know what? I'm going to have somebody read it. It's more fun to read it. Let's go, Gilberto.
Log base 2 of x squared plus 1/2 log base 2 of x minus 1 minus 3 log base 2 of x plus 3 squared.
That was perfect. That was really well done, Gilberto. All right, now, when he read that, my first thought actually was not about the first log. I looked at the second and the third log. What do I see when I look at the second and the third log?
Addition and subtraction.
Yes, it's addition and subtraction. That's not what I'm focused on right now. They have a number in front, 1/2 and 3. Just call it a constant, right, or a coefficient. And the power property says I can move that to be an exponent. Let me show you what I mean. Log base 2 of x minus 1 to the 1/2 power. You see what I did when I moved it? I moved it to be a power.
Well, I never looked at the new law
I'm about to do the same thing in the next one. Minus log base 2 of x plus 3 squared, all of that cubed. -3. Oh, you can keep the minus, the subtraction sign. I want to pause. See, there are some people with squinty expressions. Ask your questions or get glasses.
Would you multiply the 3 and the 2?
Well, we're going to get there, right? I mean, I'm just pausing right now to make sure we're all good. Yeah, I haven't touched that one, right? So log base 2 of x squared. All right, so Diana, your brain is correct. A power to a power, I'm going to multiply the 2 and the 3 there. So that's going to become minus log base 2 of x plus 3 to what power? The 6th power. Now, you guys just did a problem on your boards where you had to do, I think it was 121 to some power gives you 11. And 121, the square root of that is 11. So the answer was 1/2, a power of 1/2. Here is a power of 1/2. Whenever I see a power of 1/2, I know that that's actually saying it's a square root. So I'm going to write it as log base 2 of the square root of x minus 1 to make that look a little nicer. What's wrong, Papa? This is so much?
Yep.
Okay. College is going to be hard.
You're not motivating us.
I'm not motivating you?
You can't be doing
And once again, it comes back to it's my fault. I'm the one to blame.
this. Yeah,
Okay, no.
Now I think we're ready. I think we're ready to make one log. Because x squared and the square root of x minus 1 are going to combine with what operation? No. Multiplication. I see addition, so I combine them with multiplication. I see this, x plus 3 to the 6th power, has subtraction in front. So what am I going to do with this? Divide. So here you go. You ready for the answer?
no.
Excellent.
Are we gonna combine the x's? So why
We're
don't we
just going to write this. You want me to put a multiplication sign? Sure. There you go, Dino, just for you.
Well, no, well,
It's called algebra. All right, give it 7 more days.
But I have a question. So basically, it's like doing the opposite whenever we factor?
Well, the last problem we expanded, now we're condensing it to one log. So the other problem you go from multiple log, this problem you go from multiple logs to one log, and the previous problem we went from one log to multiple logs. Now I think you're selling yourself short if your brain can't do this. I think everyone's brain in here can see what I just did. X squared and the square root of x minus 1 I put together with multiplication. And I put this argument in the denominator because that subtraction means it's division. I think all of you can do that.
Where's he going?
And if you don't think you can, then you got a long way to go in life. So I know anything to the 1/2 power is the square root. So I just made it look nicer. The answer, if you wrote times x minus 1 to the 1/2 power, would also be correct, Lexi. I just think personally it looks cleaner when it has the square root as opposed to a power of 1/2. Yes, that's my preference.
What happens if there's different logs?
Can't do it. Has to have the same base.
So,
You won't get a problem that has different log bases. Gotta have the same base. Yes, everybody okay?
Yeah.
All right, so what you're going to do is you're going to try these two. All right, these two. Yes, number 2 looks scary. All right, but I think you'll be okay. Number 1, many of you will get number 1, but you just won't finish it. You'll think you're done at number 1, but you've got to make sure to finish it. You'll see what I mean when you get there. Try number 1 and number 2.